Welcome to Pony Radio. I'm Pascal. This is my brother Tristan.
Hello!
And with us today is Professor John O'Shea to talk about copyright laws.
Oh, I'm very, very excited about this topic.
Yes,
Good.
You've been waiting for this for a long
I
time.
really have. I've got a few questions myself, but first, I think we do have a caller coming in. Do we have a caller coming in right now? Yes.
Well, that's your job.
Yes, we do have a caller coming in right now. Let me get through to them. Hello, caller. Thank you for calling Pony Radio. What's your question?
If I'm doing a painting of the Brooklyn Bridge, can other people do that? How creative does creative have to be?
Excellent question. Professor?
Yes, you can copyright your painting of the Brooklyn Bridge. It's an original work of art created by you, so it has originality, which is one of the requirements for copyright. And the copyright is basically your right to stop other people from copying your painting. And if the copyright is created or arises upon creation of your painting, you don't have to do anything else but paint, and you have a copyright.
That's all you have to do?
That's right.
Just paint? I didn't know it was so easy.
This is good news for you, Tristan.
Yes, I don't like to do anything that takes too much work.
Well, it has to be original now.
Original.
Yes.
That makes it a little bit harder.
Yes.
I'll have to think a little bit more.
You know, I think we're copyrighted.
Really?
Yeah.
You are?
Well, both of us, Pony and Pony.
I am?
Indeed.
Funny, I don't feel copyrighted.
You are original.
You are correct. My mother used to tell me that all the time.
Yes. She also said that he was special.
I am very special.
Did you draw something?
I did draw something. I've drawn quite a lot of things. I brought one of my own drawings here today to show you folks. What do you think? Is it worthy of copywriting?
It is a stick figure,
It is.
and it would be questionable whether this has enough originality to be copyrighted. However,
Are you questioning my originality, sir?
No. Tristan, take it easy. He's
Oh.
just the drawing's originality.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I did not mean to cause any bit of a ruckus. We can continue.
Certain buildings and objects like the Empire State Building, the Brooklyn Bridge, the Eiffel Tower, the Taj Mahal, that are very famous, and they are painted constantly and they are photographed constantly. Each one of those creative acts of making a painting or making a photograph, the result is a copyrightable object of art or subject itself. So you can get even though there may be a million drawings or paintings of the Brooklyn Bridge, excuse me, yours is copyrightable as well because you created it yourself. And even if it looks somewhat similar to other paintings of the Brooklyn Bridge, because the subject matter is the same.
So just because I was the first person to draw the stick figure, that doesn't mean that means that someone else can draw another stick figure and have similar rights?
If you were the first person to draw a stick figure,
Yes.
which would be hard to prove, but if you were, just say you were,
I am.
Then
Well,
you could probably stop other people from. You would have a copyright in that stick figure, and you might be able to stop other people from drawing something that looked very like your stick figure.
Now I understand.
There's a good chance that he's the first pony to do a stick figure.
That puts me in a whole other category.
Well, the species of the creator doesn't really change the law on creation, so that on copyright. So if even being the first pony, if someone not a pony created a stick figure before you, then you probably wouldn't get a copyright in your stick figure.
I see. Very good information to have for me.
But it's one of your better stick figures.
Thank you
Very nice.
very much for giving me that compliment. It's
Yeah.
very rare that I get a compliment from him. We have to take them when they come. I think we have another caller coming in. Hello, caller. Thank you for calling Pony Radio. What's your question?
If I wanted to design a lamp, can I copyright it? Aren't there two components to this? The functional lamp and the pretty design? What part can I copyright?
Thomas Edison invented the light bulb.
Did he copyright it?
He patented it.
Oh, that's a whole other topic.
That's a different thing. But it's, as far as a lamp is concerned, if you created a lamp, and if it has some originality, even if it's a useful object because it turns on and sheds light so that you can see, even though it has a useful function, it also has an appearance that is not necessary for the lamp to work. It's something extra. And to the extent that that's original, the shape of the lamp can be copyrighted. Not the fact that it turns on and casts light, but the original look of the lamp, it can be copyrighted.
Like that lamp in that movie that was shaped like a leg. A lady's leg.
Well, that certainly is different. It would be original. It could be copyrighted.
Thank you.
That was a great answer for that question there. I hope we answered your question, caller. We have another caller coming in. This is going to be, here we go. Caller, you're on the air with Pony Radio. What's your question?
How long does a copyright last?
Depends. It's usually 75 years or the life of the artist, whichever is longer. There have been different lengths of copyright for different types of works, but generally speaking, that's the length of the copyright. They've extended some copyrights for works that would have gone into the public domain in recent years, and Congress can extend the length of a copyright term whenever it feels like it, but not indefinitely. It has to have some limit to it. But right now, that's generally what the term of the copyright is.
Like the adage says, nothing lasts forever. But
Well
diamonds
put.
are a girl's best friend. That's not how it goes.
No, but you're getting better at these things.
Well, thank you. Looks like we have another caller coming in. Let's see. Hello, caller. You're on Pony Radio.
What if I wanted to do a parody? Is that fair use? Like, what if I wanted to do a parody of Star Wars? Could I?
Not another one.
You couldn't, unless you were George Lucas, if you were someone else, you could make a new version of Star Wars, and by including Star Wars. You could perhaps make a parody of Star Wars, something that was obviously referencing Star Wars and making fun of it. That is one of the fair uses that can get around, in a sense, copyright protection. You can also make a reference to Star Wars in another movie if it's brief.
Like we just did just now.
Well, certainly.
We're not infringing any of your copyrights, Mr. George Lucas.
And there are a number. Exactly. One of the other fair uses that is allowed is commentary, news reporting on, for instance, a new Star Wars. So you can't take Star Wars out of the language and prevent people from talking about it.
There's no way that you can prevent me from talking about Star Wars. If you ever mention Star Wars, I think I could probably go on and on and on and on with all sorts of ideas that I have about Star Wars. Do you want to hear a few?
No, you don't want to open that can of worms. You will not stop. Let's change the subject.
Good idea.
Do we have another caller, or we should go to a commercial break?
Let's just see. We're good. Looks like we do have another caller coming in.
We're going to say goodbye to Professor O'Shea because we've got our time on it.
Oh no, we have to say goodbye to Professor O'Shea. Well, thank you, Professor O'Shea. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Well, goodbye. It's been great talking to you guys.
Thank you.
By you guys, you mean me and not Tristan.
I mean, both Pascal and Tristan.
Oh,
See.
this is a good day of compliments for you.
Thank you.